here at Pay to Trade. So the word of the day today is red. In fact, the type of red is called lone red. I'm going to go ahead and go over my pitfalls for today so you don't have to make the same mistakes as I did today. If you'd like to see more transparent videos like this, go ahead and like and subscribe. I definitely started off the day very red. If you look towards the middle section here in the 5 minute chart, you can see that we were pushing up towards the top of this zone. And I was trying to see if we were going to break out or if we were going to be going short. So I was kind of on both sides of the fence. So I tried taking it long because we had closed just above the zone, but we didn't close high enough above the zone for that to make sense. And then I thought we were going to take a breakout, so I tried to take the breakout. It definitely failed. So then I ended up flipping short. I had a great short position, but I'm still very much red. So had I rode that short position down, today would have been a killer day. In fact, I'm sure you've seen what the market did today. So overall, it would have been an amazing day because it went down 300 points or over 300 points. Um, but that was not the case. So got to get off this 1 minute. I had the 1 minute there from the previous day, and it's not the right time to be playing the 1 minute chart. I think right after market open, that's the ideal time to be looking at the 1 minute chart in combination with your other time frames, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour. It's going to have an idea of the overall market pulse. But trying to play these little moves on the 1 minute chart, that's not ideal. But anyhow, so trying to dig myself out of the red here. I caught a good move, and it brought me back into the green. You can see I'm starting to turn green. And let me go ahead and fast forward a bit, and you can see where we ended up there. We ended up at 300 in money or in the green. Uh, but then I decided to keep on pressing my luck. Um, so should have left it alone here, but I was really trying to shoot for 4 to 500 a day. Um, and walking away with 300 profit would have been great. Classic mistake. I decided to go ahead and just go for a little bit more to kind of just top it off. Um, so I can kind of hit that goal that's in the back of my mind. So that's kind of the dangers of having that goal. Again, take the trade for what it is and just be happy with what you get. Think you stray away from that ideology, then um, I think you can cause yourself some trouble. And so that's what I did here, and I'm going to fast forward for you a little bit. Things started off green. We were up a couple hundred extra, but I don't think we ever got past this point here. And so, as you can see, then it just started to fail. So I was tacking on green, adding to my position, adding to that threshold. So it's a trailing threshold. But in all reality, I was trading at a bad time. I didn't sleep well last night. I am not making good decisions. And so I already know this at this point. And on top of that, I'm not taking breaks to journal. And when I do, that gives me a pause. It helps me just recalibrate and understand where I'm actually at and realize, the gains or losses that I've achieved so far. So not taking those breaks is definitely not helping me out here. So I need those breaks. I need those mental breaks to go ahead and just reassess and see where I'm at. And so here we are back to a much smaller grain, but now we've given up about 400, $450 in green. So that's hurting our threshold. So at this point, you know, probably a great time to walk away. I wish I did, but I did not pausing throughout this trade. I was trading for a long time, much longer than I typically trade. So I ended up being in the market for, I think, an hour and a half or 2 hours. And by the end of it, let's just say I was very red. I had stopped even pushing the record button to keep it going. And I should have just walked away earlier. I was watching a trader trade yesterday, and he had a really tough day. I was feeling bad for the guy, but one good thing that he did when he was in the trade is that after a few trades, he took a few red trades, and then he called it a quits. He knew it was just not his day. He was just picking all the wrong moves, and the way that he likes to trade, the market was just not set up for that day. What typically works for him was just not working for him. And so it sucked, to see him have to feel that and go through that. I knew it was really sucking for him, but at least he knew that it was time to walk away. And so it was not a feel good for him, I'm sure, because he's typically a winning trader, walks away very green. But he just had a rough day. Um, I think today, though, he had a much better day. But yesterday was just not his day. But the great thing that he did was walking away. See, he walked away when it just he knew it was enough. He had given it way too many tries and it just wasn't working out. So keep that in mind. Learn to walk away red, and it might suck for the day, but at least you'll have your accounts tomorrow. And this is a lesson you would think I would have learned after enough times already. But it's something that's definitely hard to deal with. That's that. I am not done here, so we're gonna just have to start fresh. We're a few days in and starting over. And I'm still going to go ahead and go live, but I'm going to put myself in a little bit of a timeout. I'm going to just hop in a sim, but I'm going to just be analyzing the market, looking at trades, and then just kind of build myself back up for a couple days, and then I'll be back at it. So if you'd still like to go ahead and join me in the live trading room or like a live stream, it'd be fun to just be in there and we could just talk stuff out. You know, um, you know, overall, like I had the right idea today. It was just really poor execution. Um, that's all. I just wasn't um, where I needed to be in the right headspace to even start the day off. And so right there, that's breaking rule number one. And aside from not journaling and everything else, and then over trading for sure, and not knowing to walk away. I had plenty of opportunities to walk away green, and I didn't. So the trades are there. Had some decent trades today, but more red trades than green. Um, but another lesson learned. But that's it. Tell me what your thoughts are. I want to know how your guys' day was today. Uh, and if you have any feedback for me, go ahead and put it out there. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for tuning in.